All right. Peace, peace. You're tuning in to North Star Talk podcast here on YouTube. I'm your host, Michael Muhammad from North Star Talk podcast. Today, we're here with Eric X, and he's an author, got a book out, working on another book. He's doing his thing. So I had to get him on the show. I definitely read the book and buy your book. And so I had to bring him on. It's called How to Find the Peace in You, right? A proven way to develop great behavior by Eric X. Davis. And I wanted to, before I bring him into the conversation is, we all go through something. We all struggle with something. We all have some level of what is called mental illness, right? So we all go through something and we all seek this thing called peace. And many times when it comes to this reality called peace, we looking for it everywhere. We trying to find relationships. We trying to hang out with people. We in the club. We even in religious houses. We going everywhere. We doing everything to find this thing called peace, right? We drink, we might smoke, we might, just anything as a drug of choice to help us find this reality called peace. And so reading the brother's book and everything, I wanted to bring him on North Star Talk podcast so that we can discuss the book, because I think it's very needed and very needed at this time in my life as well. I'm sure y'all will find that it's needed in your life. And before the show is over, he's going to give you information on how and where to get the book. I got it on Kindle. I got it as a Kindle download, so I got it on my phone when I want to glance at it on my phone, on my iPad, and on my laptop, and on my Kindle. So it's available on Kindle, and you can get the physical copy. So I'm gonna bring the brother in, and we're gonna get this popping. You know what I'm saying, brother Eric? How you doing?
Yeah, peace, brother. I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great God. Welcome to a North Star Talk podcast.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Okay, now, as an author, I wanted to know, cause I want to get right into this here. What sparked you to write a book, for one?
Well, I had a rough time getting back to normal after I suffered from a stroke, and the main thing that really helped me was reading books. So I had to learn everything all over again. So I had to learn how to talk all over again, how to read all over again, and stuff like that. But reading was the one thing that really helped me. Going places, I was going to like Walmart to figure out. Memory was kicking in when I was going to Walmart. I go there. I know Walmart from front to back. Any place in America, I can go to Walmart, and I know how to get places, how to read and stuff like that. So that's really what helped me bring my memory back from my stroke.
Okay, so being someone that had a stroke, struggling with your memory. So can we honestly say that at that point you found some peace in the reading?
Yeah, because I had to learn all over again. So it was like for me, it's like coming back. Think about already being an adult and then having to go back to a child point of view with everything. So it was like I was learning everything all over again. Like I was going back to kindergarten. That's pretty much how I figured it out. And the more and more I was doing all that, it felt like I was learning I was learning, but to better me, to better me to become a better person.
Okay. So your
Yeah,
peace, the peace came in the trusting the process and growing mentally as far as your memory back and getting back to a level of where you can actually make things happen again.
yeah,
Is this where your peace came from?
yeah, exactly. During this period, the only thing I was really concerned about myself was really getting back to my life. Because I was losing a lot, but while I was losing, I was gaining at the same time. But when I say I was gaining I was gaining skills that I didn't know that I had. That's pretty much how it was.
Okay, man, that's deep right there. All right. Why did you choose the title of the book, How to Find Peace, How to Find the Peace Within You? Or with
I chose how to find the peace in you because in order for you to show somebody else how to develop their peace, first it has to be inside of you. So I did in you to point out that we all need peace, but we got to figure out certain strategies on how to get in it, so we can help develop others after we found it for ourselves, though.
okay. It's about like you can't help somebody else if you ain't got yourself together, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And so given that, talk a little bit about uh that peace within. Why do you think it's so hard for us to connect to that?
Because we kind of live in a world where everything is right here in front of us on TV. So it's like you can have a whole way of wanting to do things, and then you might click on TV and tell you the total opposite. Or you listen to the radio or something, it's telling you the total opposite of what you want in your life. So now you got to figure out, do I really want that, or am I going to listen to them, or am I going to listen to others? So first you got to figure out how can you piece your own life. How can you do for your own self?
No doubt, no doubt. And as I was reading your book, it kind of connected me to the teachings of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan with study guides that we have called Self-Improvement, the basis for community development. So your book is more like a self-help book for self-improvement uh, when it comes to who we are, and like you said, finding the peace that's within us. And so when I was reading the book, and I study, I write, I'm an MC, but reading your book, it took me into a mindset of, dag, I need to check myself a little more. I need to go deeper into who I am as a person, because
Okay.
I think there's different levels of peace, and you think we can get comfortable where we at to where we think we got peace, but we really don't.
No.
Okay. Now, why would you suggest people should read your book?
This book has a lot of fundamentals about striving to become a better person. So these practices in this book are certain strategies that you use to help to develop your own self. Like I said, you pretty much doing everything to benefit you and your own life. So it's fundamentals in this book. It's certain strategies that can help you think about if you always told you couldn't do something, and then you read this book, and then it'll pretty much prove to you that you can figure out how to do certain things. It's pretty much you pretty much dig it in your own life to figure out certain ways how to doing things.
Okay. Okay. Now, how do you think your book will benefit the reader?
I think with those strategies, it should help them become a better person. I say a better person really because it can help you in certain aspects of your life. There's certain things that you might not know about yourself, but after you read this book, it'll give you at least an example or a certain strategy that can help you become a better person.
Right. Right. So there's a lot of self-evaluation that has to take place when reading this book. When you say
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
So, and like I said, as somebody that read the book and knowing that how it benefited me or it benefits me, because it's an ongoing process. Finding that peace within it's an ongoing process. It's not a destination, you know. Sometimes we think we're there. We think we got it. Oh yeah, I'm here, you know.
yeah,
And once we start settling where we at on what we call peace at that time, because you know sometimes we are satisfied with momentary gratification.
yeah, yeah.
We
That's true.
find peace in momentary gratification, and then once we get by ourselves or get alone, and now we got to face those demons. We got to face what we've been through. And we see, hey, I don't really have that peace that I thought I had, you know,
Yeah,
and so that's how it benefited me and benefits me because, like I said, and you just said it, it's a book that has strategy, strategic points, and
yeah,
because it has strategic points, we're able to now worksheet type thing, and you got segments where it's almost like a worksheet, and so we could take your book as a foundational piece, and then create a journal, create where we write down our thoughts and everything. Because that's what I did. I started writing down my thoughts, taking notes with the book, and coming up with my what fits me. What is it in the book that benefits me? So it might benefit somebody else totally different. Right. Now, explain peace in your own words as the author and writing this book. Explain peace in your own words.
I would say that the way that people handle situations, I would say, yeah, the way people handle situations, that could be spiritual, it could be mental, it could be physical. Like I'll give you an example. Say you have a girlfriend or a wife. You might have had a bad day at work. Your manager might have pissed you off or something. You go home, your wife or your girlfriend, she's showing you different ways of how to kill that stress relief that you got from work. So you might consider that your piece, the way she's treating you, stuff like that. Or it could be your kid. Most parents, they come back home, they see a smile on their kid's face. That might brighten the whole day up. So to that could be peace as well.
Okay. So we have to define as individual what is peace to each and every one of us.
Yeah, that's why I said in you, because we all have different ways of how we can get our own type of peace. So
Right.
because what might have worked for me, it might not work for somebody else.
Right. Right. Because I might see you doing something and see you, yo man, he happy, this and that. And then I try the same
Yeah,
thing. I'll be miserable as hell.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Now, there's a segment in your book, Developing Our Spark. Can you explain some of this segment?
Yeah, yeah. On page 15, it says taking control of our own peace of mind starts by acknowledging our importance in our own life and start giving our power to others. So this is pretty much saying that whenever we accuse others for our faults, we don't have our own control of our life. And by doing that, we are not allowing others to rule our behavior and state of mind. So imagine if someone else decided for you what you're capable of and what you can do for your own life, but they pretty much making it seem like you're not able to do that yourself. So that's what I'm saying is it's a guide on it's a guide to take control of your own life and your own ways of doing things.
So that's like almost like self-preservation, the first law of nature, making sure you go within yourself, study yourself, and then once you do that, then you kind of figure out what you need
Yeah.
to cause that peace.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So now, and life is easy for us to say we want peace, but there seems to be a lot of distractions that hinder us from attaining peace. What would you call those distractions?
I would call those roadblocks. That's actually one of the chapters in my books. So I would call those roadblocks, but we all know that roadblocks don't last that long. So imagine those damages and those distractions. It could be the reason why you might act. Those could be the reason why you act completely different. But whenever I say roadblocks, think about when I know for me exactly. Whenever I was a child, I used to have a fear of driving through tunnels. Well, not really driving, but being in the car with my parents going through tunnels. But it was like I had so much fear in me when we going through the tunnel. But after we get through the tunnel, it's like everything else was easy. And so that's the same way with life.
Okay.
That's how I figure out. That's how it is with life. It's just a distraction. But once you pass through that roadblock, then here's everything else that you wanted.
Okay. So those distractions, the roadblocks, it's like, they got a saying, and I'm glad you used the for a point of reference, going through a tunnel. They
Yeah.
say there's light at the end of the tunnel, right?
Uh,
That's true, but you still got to go through
yeah.
the tunnel. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so it's easy to say there's light at the end of the tunnel, but the reality of going through the tunnel and facing what's in the tunnel and gathering yourself while you're in the tunnel, because, like you said, if there's a fear, and that's with life, we fear things because we don't know.
Yeah.
And I think fear is the biggest distraction to peace, because
Yeah.
even making a change, right?
Uh,
Making a change, you have to make changes to get that peace. And a lot of people fear change.
uh,
Am I making sense?
absolutely correct.
Now, like I said, one of my key aspects of your book to me is increasing faith and self-respect. Give me your reason for such a powerful aspect of your book.
For me, at one point, I didn't know what my abilities were. I thought I was just living without a purpose. I'll be honest with you. So the belief in God for me is number one in my path in life, and respecting myself enough to strive for the things I know I was chosen to do. And this means by not letting anybody else discourage me, but I follow the Holy Quran, and it says, Allah, which is Allah introducing himself, what God introducing himself. I'm the best knower. And so once I figured that out, he already knew my path in life. I just got to figure it out for myself.
Right.
So that's why I titled the book, How to Find the Peace in You, because it's nobody else but you.
No doubt. No doubt. And the the peace come with the increasing of the faith,
Yeah.
right? Because another distraction is doubt,
Uh,
and we can doubt ourselves, right? And know how
yeah.
it's easy to have, let's say, we got faith in God, we got faith in Jesus, we got faith in our friends, we got faith
Uh,
in everybody and everything except ourselves,
yeah. True.
and we can believe in everything and everybody but ourselves.
Uh,
And the self-respect comes from having a understanding of, I'm qualified
uh,
to handle situations and circumstances. God placed something in me, God placed something in you, that if
uh,
we do what we supposed to, if we believe in ourselves, and we trust ourselves and not doubt ourselves, that after we overcome situations and circumstances, then our peace comes. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches that after difficulty
Comes ease.
comes ease.
Yeah.
And that ease is actually the peace that we deal with. And so, like I say, the book is very powerful to anybody that's listening or watching. Definitely need to get your hands on the book. We in a time now where with everything that's going on, with the mandates, with the new virus coming out every 2 weeks. You know, confusion is the order of the day. Chaos is the order of the day.
Yeah.
And so, for every aspect of your life, you got books out there that's able to help make sense of things. You got Think and Grow Rich.
Uh,
If you struggling financially, you know what I'm saying? You got How to Eat to Live, book 1 and 2. If you thinking about losing weight or dieting or eating properly, you know.
yeah.
So there are books out there for that, you know. I wrote a ebook called Waking Up on the Other Side of Pain. And it's like your book is like a like you say, overview of what I wrote. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see much of what I was talking about in my book in your book. You know,
Okay.
and so when you're reading other people's material, how does other people's books and material help you even understand your own book? Because sometimes while we write it, right, we
Yeah.
can we be like, okay, I'm good, and then we start seeing things and experiencing stuff after the book wrote, like, damn, I should have put this in there.
Yeah. That's exactly how I was feeling. The Alchemist. That's how. Well, after I read The Alchemist, because I read that book after I wrote my own book, and it was like, dog, I should have used something like that in my book, and that was a great point that he some of the strategies that was in that book as well, but it was supposed to be a nonfiction book, but you could apply it to a fiction life.
Right.
So
no doubt. So how can someone follow you on social media, contact you for the book?
okay, on Facebook and Instagram, my name is Wagram OG, the WAGRAM OG on Facebook and Instagram, and I have my own website called WagramOG.com, and that's assets. Sorry about that. That's a easy route to get to the book. If you click on WagramOG.com, it takes you directly to the Amazon link on that website. And then I have a Facebook group called the Black Highway. I just created about 2 months ago, and I'll start posting in that group as well.
Okay, no doubt. And also, I definitely appreciate you coming on North Star Talk. The promotion of the book in my Facebook group, which is North Star Talk Podcast. I want to thank you, and I appreciate you posting in there and sharing your work in there as well. And you say your Instagram?
It's Wagram OG, the WAGRAM OG.
Okay, no doubt. And so,
Oh,
go ahead.
my fault. You said Instagram, or correct?
Yes.
My apologies. On Instagram, it's Brother Eric X on Instagram.
Okay. All right. And yo, man, I appreciate you doing this interview. It's been a long time coming. From the
Yeah.
time I got the book, I was like, yo, I gotta bring him on. So I wanted to wait until the new year. This is my first time interviewing somebody with the new on the YouTube channel and starting the year off. So you're my first, would it be an interviewee? Or I'm the
Okay.
interviewer, so you the interviewed.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for participating and giving me the opportunity to bring you on my uh, podcast because I see big things for you in the future. And I know you did an Instagram interview and some other interviews, but for you to come on North Star Talk podcast, man, I really appreciate that.
Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you.
Anything you, any last words you want to say before we get off?
Yeah, I haven't came up with a title for my next book yet, but I'm supposed to be writing. I'm writing another book as of right now. I haven't came up with a date yet, but I'm striving for July of this month, of this year, for my next book.
All right. We had a Gregory Pegues uh, giving the greetings to you on the in the chat.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. Um, uh, Gregory, do you have a question you want to ask before we get off? He says Samaji on here. Man, we know who you is. Peace to the guys, Samaji. That's how I do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so if you don't have anything else to bring to the table for this year, we can definitely end this interview. And man, hey, like I said, I'm going to do some stuff on my podcast. I'd love you to
Okay.
come sit in on some Zoom, on some of the podcasts or things we're going to do as a collective whole
Okay.
within the podcast. Yo, I want to thank Brother Eric X, aka the Wagram OG, the original God. You know how it goes down. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in. As you know, I'm your host, Michael Muhammad, aka the Mike God, aka man, I got a long list. We'll be on here for a minute. So I'm just gonna stick with Michael Muhammad, aka the Mike God. I want to thank y'all for tuning in and checking out North Star Talk Podcast. And we out of here.
All right. Peace, brother.
Peace. I gotta learn how to stop this thing. I'm new to all